Hello students, I am Bishwajit Nath. Welcome to my YouTube channel Best Physics Guide by Bishwajit Nath. Today I am going to discuss about Bohr's theory of hydrogen and hydrogen-like atoms. In my previous video, I already discussed about Rutherford's model and Bohr's model about atomic structure. Today I am going to discuss about Bohr's atomic model in details, and hence we also can derive the radius of hydrogen atom and radius of the hydrogen like atoms, and we can also discuss about we can also explain about the production of hydrogen spectra, etc. First, radius of Bohr's stationary orbit for a hydrogen-like atom. Let small rn be the radius of the nth orbit of an electron. This is the nucleus of the atom, and through this circular path an electron moves around the nucleus. Let Vn be the linear speed of an electron in nth orbit and m be the mass of that electron. Here, since the centripetal force is equal to the attraction between the nucleus and the electron, therefore we can write that mv square by r, that is mvn square by rn. Here n denotes the velocity of the nth orbit and radius of the nth orbit. This is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 z into e. This is equal to the charge of the nucleus into e. Small e is denotes the charge of an electron. Rn by Rn square, that is the centripetal force is equal to attraction force between the nucleus and the electron. And we know from Bohr's theory that angular momentum of an electron in the nth orbit is mvn into rn is equal to nh by 2 pi, where n denotes the principal quantum number. Here n is equal to 1, 2, 3, etc. Now solving equation 1 and 2, we get the value of rn. That is, from first equation we can write mvn square by rn is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 ze into e by rn square, and the angular momentum of the electron in nth orbit is equal to mvn into rn is equal to nh by 2 pi. Now solving equation 1 and 2, we have rn is equal to epsilon 0 h square by pi m z small e square into rn into n square. Here z denotes the proton number inside the nucleus. These quantities within the first bracket are constants. Therefore, this total quantities is also equal to a constant. Therefore, we can say that the radius of the nth orbit is directly proportional to the square of the principal quantum number. Now, for a hydrogen atom, Z is equal to 1 and N is equal to 1. When for an hydrogen atom, Z is equal to 1, and for N is equal to 1, that is for first orbit, the radius of the orbit r1 is equal to epsilon 0 h square by pi m small e square, where h is the Planck constant and m is the mass of an electron and small e is the charge of an electron, and epsilon 0 is the permittivity of vacuum, electric permittivity of vacuum. These all quantities are constant, and now putting these values of this constant, we get R1 is equal to 0.53 angstrom. This is the radius of the first orbit of a hydrogen atom. Therefore, we can write the radius of the hydrogen like atom or is equal to Rn, that is the radius of the nth orbit, is equal to 0.53 into n square by z, where z is the proton number inside the nucleus and n is the principal quantum number which starts from 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And for a hydrogen atom, Z becomes 1. Now from equation 2, we have Vn, that is velocity of the orbital electron in nth orbit, is Vn is equal to nh by 2 pi m into Rn. This is equation number 2. And again we know that Rn, that is radius of the nth orbit, is Rn is equal to epsilon 0 h square by pi m z square into n square. This is equation number 3. Now solving equation 2 and 3, we have Vn is equal to small e square by 2 epsilon 0 nh. This is equal to c by n, z small e square by 2 epsilon 0 ch. Here c is the velocity of light in vacuum. That is Vn is equal to c by n into z small e square by 2 epsilon 0 ch. Now e epsilon ch all are constants. Now putting these values, we have Vn is equal to 1 by 137 into z c by n. That is Vn is directly proportional to 1 by n, that is the velocity of the orbital electron in n orbit is inversely proportional to the principal quantum number, and Vn is directly proportional to z, that is the proton number in the nucleus, and 1 by 137 is known as the fine structure constant, is known as fine structure constant. 1 by 137 is known as fine structure constant. Okay, this is the expression of orbital velocity or the velocity of electron in nth orbit. For a hydrogen atom, z is equal to 1, and for the first orbit n is equal to 1. Therefore we can easily find out the velocity of an electron in the first orbit of a hydrogen atom. That is, for a hydrogen atom z is equal to 1, and for first orbit, that is n is equal to 1, V1 is equal to c by 137. That is V1 is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 8 by 137 meter per second. This is the velocity of an electron in the first orbit of a hydrogen atom. Now the kinetic energy of an electron in nth orbit is Ek is equal to half m Vn square. That is Ek is equal to half m into, now putting the value of Vn, we have z small e square by 2 epsilon 0 h whole square into 1 by n square, and potential energy of that electron is Ep is equal to minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 z small e, this is the charge of the nucleus, into small e, that is charge of an electron, by Rn. This is equal to EP, this gives EP is equal to minus 1 by 4,570 Z small square into pi m Z small square by epsilon 0 H square into 1 by n square. Now the total energy or total mechanical energy of that electron in the nth orbit is En is equal to Ek plus Ep, that is sum of the kinetic energy and potential energy. Therefore En is equal to minus mz square e to the power 4 by 8 epsilon 0 square h square into 1 by n square. This is the final expression of an electron, of the energy of an electron. This is the final expression of the energy or mechanical energy of an electron in the nth orbit. Since the minus signs here, minus sign denotes the attraction force between the nucleus and the electron. Now an electron jumps from the nth orbit to nth orbit, then that is from the high energy level to a lower energy level, then the electron radiates some energy. Let nu be the frequency of that radiation. Now we can easily find out the expression of the frequency of that radiation. Now H into nu is equal to the energy difference between the energy difference of the electron between the two orbits. That is H nu is equal to Ni minus Enf. Here Eni denotes the energy of that electron in the nth orbit, and Enf denotes the energy of that electron in nth orbit. Here H is the Planck constant. Therefore, now putting this value, we can write H into nu is equal to mz square e to the power 4 by 8 epsilon 0 square and h square into 1 by nf square minus 1 by ni square, where ni and nf are the principal quantum numbers of initial and final orbit of that electron. Okay, and we know that nu, the frequency of the radiation, that is frequency of the radiation, is equal to c by lambda. Here c is the velocity of light in vacuum and lambda is the wavelength of the radiation. Therefore we can write that hc by lambda is equal to mz square e to the power 4 by 8 epsilon 0 square h square whole into 1 by nf square minus 1 by ni square. Therefore wave number 1 by lambda is equal to mz square e to the power 4 whole divided by m epsilon 0 square h cube into c whole into 1 by nf square minus 1 by ni square. And now let m e to the power 4 8 epsilon 0 square h cube by c is equal to capital R, which is known as Rydberg constant. And the value of Rydberg constant R is equal to 1.09 into 10 to the power 7 per meter. Therefore we have 1 by lambda is equal to capital R z square into 1 by nf square minus ni square. And for a hydrogen atom, 1 by lambda is equal to capital R into 1 by nf square minus 1 by ni square. This is the final expression of wave number emits from a hydrogen like atom or hydrogen atom. Since we know En is equal to minus m e to the power 4 by 8 epsilon 0 square h square into z by n whole square, Now the value of m e to the power 4 by 8 epsilon 0 square h square is equal to 13.6 electrovolt. Therefore, En, that is energy, total mechanical energy of an electron in nth orbit, En is equal to minus 13.6 into Z by n whole square electrovolt. This is the final expression of the mechanical energy of an hydrogen-like atom in nth orbit. Now I am going to discuss about the production of hydrogen spectrum. First, Lyman series. In this case, the orbital electrons jumps from higher orbit to the first energy cell, that is into the first orbit. Therefore, Nf is equal to 1 and Ni is equal to maybe 2 or 3 or 4, etc. That is, the electrons jumps from the high energy level to the first orbit. And here 1 by lambda, that is wave number, is equal to capital R, Rydberg constant, into 1 by 1 square minus 1 by Ni square. 1 by 1 square minus 1 by Ni square. And these spectra are ultraviolet rays. These spectra are ultraviolet rays. That is, the rays or radiation emits in Lyman series are ultraviolet radiation. Next, Balmer series. In this case, the orbital electron jumps from the higher energy level to the second orbit. That is, here Nf is equal to 2 and initial quantum number Ni is equal to 3 or 4 or 5, etc. Therefore, here 1 by lambda is equal to capital R, 1 by 2 square minus 1 by Ni square. These spectra are visible rays. That is, here this is nucleus, this is the first orbit, and the electrons jumps from the third to second or fourth to second or fifth to second, etc. Next, Paschen series. In this case, the orbital electrons jumps from the higher energy level into the third energy level. That is, here Nf is equal to 3 and Ni, initial quantum number, is equal to either 4 or 5 or 6, etc. Therefore, 1 by lambda is equal to capital R into 1 by 3 square minus 1 by Ni square. And these spectra are infrared. Next, bracket series. In this case, Nf is equal to 4 and Ni is equal to 5, either 5 or 6 or 7 or 8. Here 1 by lambda is equal to capital R into 1 by 4 square minus 1 by Ni square. These spectra are also infrared. Next, Pfund series. In this case, Nf is equal to 5 and Ni is equal to either 6 or 7 or 8. Therefore, 1 by lambda is equal to capital R into 1 by 5 square minus 1 by Ni square. These spectra are also infrared. Next, Humphrey series. In this case, Nf is equal to 6 and Ni is equal to 7, 8, etc. That is, 1 by lambda is equal to capital R into 1 by 6 square minus 1 by Ni square. These spectra are far infrared. Actually, front spectra are also far infrared. Now, I am going to discuss about the drawbacks of Bohr's atomic model. First, Bohr's assume that the shape of the orbits are circular and it is two-dimensional, but in fact this shape or this shape of the orbits are not circular exactly. They are maybe elliptical or they are maybe dumbbell shaped. And Heisenberg proved that the electrons do not move along the orbit, they move along orbital. Okay, next, Bohr atomic model only explain about the behavior or structure of hydrogen and hydrogen like atoms. It does not explain other structure of other atoms. And Bohr atomic model cannot explain the uncertainty principle, and it cannot explain about the other quantum numbers. It can explain only the principal quantum number. And Bohr atomic model does not explain about the uh, configuration of electrons, that is the maximum number of electrons which can be placed in a certain orbit. That is, we know that in the first orbit the maximum number of electron is 2, in the second orbit the maximum number of electrons are 8, etc. But according to Bohr's model, we cannot explain this this type of distribution of electron in an atom. Today I am going to complete my discussion, and please like my video and please subscribe my channel. Have a nice day and thank you for watching my video.